Hey everyone, Phil McNamara here. I am the CEO and founder of Proven, and we are officially halfway through 2026. It's been an interesting first 6 months, and we're here to make some predictions about the future of AI and SaaS because we see a lot of data from founders. We know what people are buying, we know what people are searching for, we know we have a lot of data about what people are actually looking for because we work with over 100,000 venture funded and high growth startups across some of the largest VC firms in the world, and also we're working with some of the largest banks in the world. So basically what Proven does is we build vendor marketplaces and startup programs for these VC firms and banks, and we help those companies to get awesome deals and discounts on the best tools. And so while we do that, we're capturing a ton of data about what people are looking for. And so we can see what tech founders are looking for. We know what categories are growing fast. We know what vendors are attracting the most buying interest. And so we see a lot of information, which is super interesting in this age of AI. So how do we measure demand? We can see what things people are searching for. We can see when someone clicks on a vendor profile. We can see when an offer is redeemed. We can see kind of buying signals. And we then get confirmations of those buys through some of the partners that we work with. So all results are aggregated and anonymized, so we're not seeing anybody's private data. But basically, we don't just kind of ask people, hey, what did you buy? We know when they've bought something, and we know why it's really, really relevant. So some of the really interesting things that are coming out from this kind of trend survey that we're looking at is the first thing is AI has become infrastructure. And in the past, when you started a startup, you basically needed the basics, which was maybe cloud services, and that could come from Google, it could come from AWS. And what we're seeing this year, in the first half of this year, is that tons and tons of people are using the AI foundation models as part of their core infrastructure. So one of the biggest surprises in our data was that Anthropic generated even more buying interest than OpenAI. So they've really taken off with the developer crowd in 2026. At the same time, Google Cloud, AWS, and Microsoft all ranked among the most in-demand vendors. So that's kind of core. It has been for years. But what's really interesting is that we've seen a huge increase in demand. For the first time ever, Anthropic leads the field above anybody else. They are the most in-demand company across all of our networks. And so that tells us that they're not just buying AI assistants, they're really investing in models, they're investing in developer tools, and they're using those tools to build their own products and their own services. So it's no longer a category, it becomes the major foundation underneath every software stack. So trend number 2 is around that the AI stack is expanding. And by that, what I mean is like they're not just choosing one AI tool, they're building complete AI stacks. Voice generation, coding assistance, research tools, AI note-taking, developer platforms. So we're seeing huge demand from companies like 11 Labs, Lovable, GitHub, Granola, Vercel, Cloudflare, and tons more. So the conversation isn't like should we use AI, it's which AI tools should make our company more effective. The third trend is that the incumbents, the big, huge companies, they're still winning. And so people aren't switching away from, your AWS and your Google Cloud. They still need that core infrastructure. But it's interesting, people talked about the SaaS apocalypse, which is everyone will start canceling all of their traditional software platforms. Our data does not support that. HubSpot remains one of the most requested platforms. Slack, of course, continues to perform super strongly. Stripe, GitHub, Notion, Cloudflare, all of these companies continue to generate significant buying demand and buying interest. Basically, because these companies already own the critical business workflows. They're here to stay. It's very, very hard to get rid of them. I don't see anybody ripping out their HubSpot and just saying, look, we're just going to go with a self-built platform. They're not getting rid of Salesforce. So AI has adding more AI, adding more tools inside their existing platforms has made them more valuable. So that's a really interesting trend. The fourth trend is startups are buying simplicity. And so they're not just collecting software, they're consolidating it. And so every new tool has to justify its place. Can it save time? Can it replace multiple products? Can it automate repetitive work? And so we're seeing lots and lots of these tools basically plugging into each other, talking to each other, connecting with each other, and that makes them much more valuable. So when you have 11 labs talking to Salesforce and Salesforce connecting with Slack and Slack connecting with Claude, all of those things become, you start to become self-reliant on all these different tools. Another interesting trend, this is the fifth trend, is that a lot of buying happens before vendors even know about it. So what's interesting is that when we look at our marketplace, we see a huge amount of buying activity that vendors never see. So founders spend weeks researching, comparing, testing, reading reviews, but they're also talking to other founders. And one interesting thing in our platform is that we can see when people are kind of connecting with each other and talking to each other. And there's a lot of kind of talk between founders about tools and services they're using. One thing that's interesting about our data is that we have the tech stack of a lot of major companies. That means those founders have told us what tools they're using. We also can infer from our platform which tools they are using. So long before these companies are contacting sales, they've done a lot of research. They've talked to their other sister portfolio companies about which tools they are also using. And so a lot of the buying decisions have already been made before the time has come to book a demo or book a call. And so that's a really interesting thing that we're seeing. It's almost like all of the stuff that used to happen post-demo is happening pre-demo. And companies are beginning to realize I can find out if this product is a great fit for me before even going near a demo or getting on a call with a vendor. So what does the first half of 2026 tell us? So AI isn't replacing software, it's becoming part of software. Infrastructure still is one of the biggest areas of investment. I know ourselves, when I look at our Anthropic bill, it's getting higher and higher, but we are looking at alternatives. We are looking at open source because it is a little bit unsustainable. The established companies, the big companies, continue to grow alongside the new AI companies. And founders, I think, are becoming much more disciplined around what should we buy. And I think what's going to happen in the next 6 months as the economy tightens a little bit, where people start to say, hey, maybe we shouldn't spend so much of our cash on AI experiments. It becomes much more around, let's try and figure out ways, how can we squeeze more value out of the dollars that we have? I think people are going to start looking at the alternative models, and these things will become much more easy to use as more tools come on the market that allow you to choose between different models. So you won't just go to the default Opus 4.8 or Fable 5 whenever that comes back out again, but you'll see people saying, look, I'm going to use a tool like Cursor, and I'm going to use different, maybe Chinese models, open source models that will do almost as good for way less money. So I think that's going to start happening in the second half of the year as well. So that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed this video. There's a lot of data here, and we'll add some in the notes. Thanks so much.